Okay, spoilers, let's go. Episode 43 starts with Ace commenting on the world has been changed with the crowd running away scared around him. Kawa, now on the ground looking around at another scared crowd, or the same one, gets a call from his sister. Guess what? That's all you get from her in this episode. She dies by a Kamen Rider. A news reporter talks about a Kamen Rider being the leader of a gang known as the Gang Riders, who are wreaking havoc in the city. Ace and Buffa show up to stop the Gang Riders. In a giant TV screen, Baroba announces the start of the Apocalypse Games. Ace and Buffa transform to fight the rest of the Gang Riders and their leader. Ace notices the leader is a previous contestant of the DGP he eliminated. The leader sees Ace to curse him and leave. Kawa angrily walks in Jit's hideout where a changed Sumari is. Turns out Jit messed with Kawa's wish. Jito, as a game master, likes to do a monkey paws effect to people's wishes called a bad end. Kawa asks for his world to be remade again, but Jit tells him to beat Geats, because he's the reason Sumari's goddess transformation failed. The Gang Riders are attacking a detention center which turns out to be the same one Kumara is placed in. The leader tries to get some money from Kumara for breaking him out. Neon runs up with a fire extinguisher to use it on the leader for her and her father to escape. Baroba shows up with a guy in a red jacket telling him that Kumara and Neon is his target. It seems the man knows Kumara personally. Kumara asks Neon why she saved him. Neon tells him that the Kumara family has a responsibility for saving the world, being a former DGP sponsor. Kumara responds saying he lost all his power. Neon tells him she believes Ace can make a better world and she will help in any way she can. Kawa shows up at the Gang Riders hideout and defeats the leader, becoming the new leader. Mob Boss Kawa. Okay, that's kinda cool. Back in Ace's DGP lounge, they watch the news of Kawa becoming the new leader. Ace tells Punchak and Buffa they have to find Sumari and get her away from Jit. Buffa walks off for Ace to ask him where he's going. He tells Ace to leave Kawa to him. Back with Neon and her father Kosei Kumara, he has bought a bouquet of flowers for his dead daughter Akari. He tells Neon he has bought her a bouquet every month the day she died. Neon comments he does act like a father sometimes, for Kosei to say he lost that too. Neon asks why he didn't erase the 11 years of Kari, maybe because he wanted to remember the love he lost. That those 8 years of her being alive are irreplaceable. Neon proceeds to give Kosei a napkin to say farewell. Buffa, why are you still alive? Buffa visits Daichi in the hospital. He doesn't want to tell Buffa where the Turian knowledge is because it's the embodiment of his happiness. Neon is walking home when the same red jacket guy who was with Baroba pins her to the wall. Turns out this man is the same man who kidnapped and killed Akari. He proceeds to do the same thing and kidnap Neon. Naoto Takazawa gets a letter telling him that Neon was kidnapped and to meet him in the same abandoned factory. Why is it always the abandoned factories? His wife explains that it's exactly the same situation that happened to Akari and that she loves both Neon and Akari. She sits next to Naoto to tell him he also feels the same way. Naoto tells her that Neon yearned for genuine love having lost it, that she found it by herself to have a heart to love others. Arumi tells Naoto that it was their job to give her the love she deserves and that there's still time. Neon is in the same abandoned factory Akari was taken to. Baroba chastises her about the location that she wasn't the one who originally got kidnapped. Neon tells her that she's not going to make her cry, souring Baroba's mood. Instead, Baroba looks forward for tomorrow. If Naoto can't give them the money, then Neon ends up dead. Eric Myers meets with Ace to beg for his help. The next day comes and Eric hasn't showed up. Baroba laughs with the kidnapper. Eric walks in for the kidnapper to ask for the money. Eric tells him he isn't going to get a single yen. The kidnapper transforms after hearing this. Eric pulls out his own ID core driver and buckle. When Eric was begging Ace, he asks him to let him in the DGP. It doesn't show it, but you can guess Ace created the new driver and buckle. Eric transforms into Timefire with the fantasy buckle to fight the kidnapper. Timefire tries his best fighting the kidnapper, but he isn't that good. He is able to get the upper hand, but an annoyed Baroba transforms to fight the Quantum Ranger. Baroba and the kidnapper team up to fight the Quantum Ranger. Kekura tries to sneak in and attack until Ace shows up to stop him. Quantum Ranger holds his own for a while, but is hit aside to land next to Neon. He yells out that they will keep their hands off his daughter. Episode ranking? 7. I like how Virgil gets his own character development even though he's a side character. Him realizing Neon is as much as his daughter as Akari is beautiful. I think Neon really needed to hear that from him. Also, his Devil Trigger is a pretty cool suit. Episode 44. Virgil continues his fight with Baroba and the kidnapper. Neon asks why he's helping if she isn't his daughter. Virgil tells her that she is his daughter and that he loves her. With one final strike, he is able to defeat the kidnapper. Baroba becomes annoyed and leaves. Daniel Southworth has a vision of Akari with a rose walking up to him to hug him. The vision goes away for Daniel to see he's holding Neon. He hugs her, happy to have saved her until he faints from his injuries. Ace and Kekura fight ends with Kekura retreating, not before commenting on how Ace can't save this world. Ace stands alone, saying that he will make a world where everyone can be happy. Kosei is taken to the hospital with Neon calling to him, but he doesn't respond. Buffa tells Ace he met with Daichi to try to learn the location of the Tree of Knowledge. Ace knew that he wouldn't say anything about it, but Buffa tells him that him not saying anything also meant he was hiding something. Buffa continues saying they could have saved Sara if Kawa didn't screw up the world. Ace says their plans now should be returning the world to normal and saving Sumari. Buffa then wonders why Baroba is targeting Neon. Ace says it's possible that it's Jit's plan and Kawa is also a pawn of it. Jit explains to Sumri that every ally Ace loses, his powers weaken. After Ace is completely gone, she will turn into a true goddess. Sumri, retaining some of her will, tells him she never desired to be a goddess. Jit realizes that Ace is the thing keeping her from transforming completely. Keiwa is told by Baroba and Kekaro that they kidnapped Neon. They should use that power of his to cause violence and defeat Geats to obtain his ideal world. That's how the Apocalypse Games works. Then you know who shows up. The man, the myth, the legend who wants smoke, Buffa. He tries to convince Keiwa to come back with his own harsh way, but Keiwa doesn't want to. They both transform to Keiwa to win, but Buffa put up a good fight. Buffa questions Keiwa's actions, but Keiwa doesn't listen. Buffa yells out that he believes in Ace to faint as Keiwa walks away. Keiwa walks in Jit's hideout to ask him if defeating Ace will really get his wish granted. Jit reassures him that it will. Keiwa asks only to revive his family and he doesn't care what happens next. Sumri asks him if that's really what he wants because he looks miserable. What happened to the man who wanted world peace? Keiwa turns to leave, saying that if his desired world can't have peace, what's the point? Neon is waiting in the hospital waiting room as Kosei is in surgery. Her mother runs up to hug her, telling her heart crumbled when she heard she was kidnapped and the days she was with her were real. After surgery, they are in Kosei's room. He tells Neon that he did lose the ability to love others and that her memories growing up should be happy ones. He hands her the Gyago ID core and that his only wish is for her to find happiness. Neon responds, taking the core that she already found it and she is more than happy enough. Baroba shows up, destroying the hospital to kill Kosei. Standing in front of Baroba, Neon announces that her name is Neon Kumarak, aka Kamen Rider Nago. Geats' tails appear around Neon, allowing her to transform and fight Baroba. She defeats Baroba with a rider kick and two blue Geats foxtails appear behind her. I know I'm supposed to be going fast, but this fight scene has way too many close-ups. Every other fight didn't have this many close-ups. Again, the female rider gets the short end of the stick, and I love Neon. Buffa finds Baroba in an alleyway, asking her how does despair feel. Baroba looks at a broken mirror to freak out and throw a stone block at it. Neon tells Ace she's taking her father's place and that she knows Ace is the one who helped her gain the ability to transform. Ace tells her that it wasn't just him, it was her parents who gave him the power to do so. This episode ends with Keiwa saying he will defeat Ace. Ranking? 6. This episode is the complete opposite of 42 in my opinion. The fighting was okay, but it was carried by the story. I love Neon and her family finally coming together. Keiwa and Buffa's fight was better than Neon's. Why do the female writers get the short end of the stick? Episode 45. The episode starts with Baroba looking for Dappon? The Daichi before Daichi? Oh great, now we have 2 assholes. Well, 3 if you include Baroba. Back in Ace's DGP lounge, Punk Jack welcomes Neon back. They talk about how if Ace gets enough allies, he can make a world where everyone can be happy. They just need to save Sumri. In Jit's hideout, Jit says that he will now broadcast the game that will end in Geats' defeat. He summons some VIPs from the future who love watching bad ends. Neon is having a nice shopping date with her mom when asshole number 1 shows up, Dappon. I'm calling him number 1 because he showed up first in the series. Neon recognizes him for them to transform and fight. Cameras are broadcasting the fight in one of the DGP's VIP lounges. Jit tells the VIPs to back any rider they want. 2 of the audience members give Dappon a buckle. Out of the armed water and the beat buckle, Dappon chooses the beat buckle to duel on and use a finisher. Neon blocks it by using a force field and they continue their fight. Dappon is able to fire a bullet to hit Neon's mother, making her run and check on her. Dappon laughs for the audience to cheer. Kekaro tells Keiwa he has a new ally, which is Dappon. Keiwa doesn't like that Dappon is helping him because he wants the human race to go extinct. Dappon retorts by asking him who's the one taking people's lives for the sake of his family, making Keiwa go silent. Kekaro tells Keiwa he's the star of this game because they're leaving the big shot Ace to him. In Ace's DGP lounge, he asks Neon how her mom is. She says it's nothing life-threatening when a screen appears with Jit on it. Jit tells Ace he's next and that the final battle will be at Crown Park at noon tomorrow. The screen goes away for Ace to say the audience wants Keiwa to win. Buffa tells him that Keiwa lost his way after losing his family. Ace responds that they need to open his eyes and that one person holds the key. So Daichi's out of the hospital. Obviously he's the key. Bitch-ass Daichi. Ace and the gang show up to demand Daichi to take them to the Tree of Knowledge. Daichi does, with air quotes, because I don't believe this little cockroach would actually take them there. Daichi's mad that Keiwa changed the world, turning his Tree of Knowledge into a normal tree. Buffa gets mad, but Ace stops him by speaking up. He says that this wouldn't make Daichi happy because he's taken people's memories, which means he would experience their happiness, making him feel guilty about taking them away. The only way Daichi can find peace is if he atones for his sins. Great, Daichi's getting redemption. Ace and the gang prod Daichi with questions, and the way he responds make them realize that Sara could have been saved if the world returns back to normal, aka Ace's world when he stopped the Grand End. Jit arrives at a castle-looking building. He hears a snap to turn around, and he sees nothing and proceeds to enter his hideout. Punchak appears out of a bush. He has been following Jit to find his hideout. On a rooftop, Neon asks Ace if he really has to fight Keiwa. Buffa tells her it's impossible to avoid a fight and what's Ace's plan. He tells him that he need to have faith in Keiwa. The day of the fight is here and Ace walks up to a waiting Keiwa. He tells Keiwa to open his eyes and that he should believe in the world that everyone can be happy. Keiwa responds that he will make that world with his own power. The two transform to begin the fight. This fight isn't CG heavy as the others, but it's actually pretty good. I like how Keiwa uses his cape so Geats can't tell when he's going to thrust his sword. During the fight, a girl in colorful clothes and Geats, but black and blue, show up to watch the fight? Okay, normal speed time. This is going to be an explanation. I'm still going to say spoilers for this, so head to this time if you don't want to get spoiled. These two characters are actually the main villains of the Geats movie. This cameo is just marketing for the movie, but the Reira era of Kamen Rider has been doing something different when it comes to movies. In Heisei and maybe Showa, the movies teeter the line of canon and non-canon. In Reiwa, however, all the movies are canon, which is a great decision. Okay, spoilers over. Hey everyone, let's continue the fight. The VIP audience members and Kekura send Keiwa prize boxes with buckles in them. We learn that the Bujin Sword has a unique ability over the Mark 9. While Geats needs both buckles to stay in Mark 9, Bujin Sword allows Keiwa to stay in the form and use different buckles. Buffa and Neon seem upon watching the fight. Neon tells him that making people miserable won't make him happy. He tells them that their fight will decide what's right. Jit tells Sumari that Gates' bad end is almost here. Sumari cries for Jit to catch it for a tear to solidify that doesn't look good. Jit releases Sumari so she can watch Geats fail. Punchak, who is hiding, sees a chance to try and save her, but Jit already knows and kicks him. Punchak puts Jit into a hold and tells Sumari to run away. Sumari is hesitant at first, but Punchak tells her that they need her power to save the world. With newfound determination, Sumari stands up to run away and help Ace. Oh hey, I remember this. Ace and Keiwa's fight continues for Keiwa to gain the boost buckle. Keiwa activates a finisher to punch Ace, making him lose his rider form. Baroba is shocked that Keiwa was able to win against Ace. Kekura is over the moon that Keiwa was able to defeat Ace. Keiwa asks Ace why isn't he fighting with us all. Ace answers by saying he can't change Keiwa's mind by force. Sumari shows up to tell Keiwa that Ace is fighting for a world where everyone can be happy, including him. And oh my god, Sumari asks the greatest question ever! What reason is there for you two to fight one another? Keiwa says that he wants to believe. Ace tells him that he just needs to believe and he will achieve it. Even bring back his sister. Keiwa picks up his katana to tell Ace that if he is the god of creation, then show him he can change the world. Sumari says that Ace can because she shares the same wish for Ace to agree. As Keiwa swings his katana, Ace glows for red energy to shoot in the air. Sumari returns to normal for Ace to... Holy shit. Okay. Is it hot in here or is it just me? I like women, but holy shit, why is he so hot? Okay, yeah, Ace transforms and recreates the world again. Rank 8 out of 10. Really good episode. The Ace and Keiwa fight wasn't as extreme as others, but it was still a good fight. Also, Jit ending Punchak again is great. 3 episodes under 13 minutes. Yay, I did it. Like, comment, subscribe, and support the official release. I keep forgetting to say that. Hi. Hello. It's the end of the video. If you made it this far, I have something to explain. It's the joke with Kusei Komura. I'm sure some of you who are barely in the Toku community, or is this your first time seeing Toku media, are confused. You see, the actor who portrays Komura is named as Shinji Kashihara. I'm going to call him a tokusatsu veteran actor. He played Naota Takizawa, aka Time Fire in Time Ranger. The English adaptation of Time Ranger is Power Rangers Time Force. Eric Myers is the Quantum Ranger, which is the English Time Fire, and he's portrayed by Daniel Southworth. Daniel is also the voice actor who plays Virgil from DMC. That's the whole joke. I'm purposely getting Kumura's identity wrong. Why explain it, you ask? Well, let me ask the veteran fans. Why are you even mad at a stupid joke? Because I know some of you fans are going to comment in my comment section saying that I got his name wrong. It's just a joke. Come on.